Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Today is December the 3rd, 2020. Making all of today is the 3rd, making it the day of understanding. And the moon, or the month of knowledge and wisdom, showing improving understanding. In the year of wisdom cipher, showing improving culture and freedom. In the total digit summation, 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8, plus 0 is 8, plus 2 is 10, plus 0 is 10. Making today's math, the total digit summation, 10, or knowledge cipher. Meaning we must have knowledge is the foundation. Yes, and the cipher is everything. So everything that is in our sphere of influence, in our circle, in our circumference, must be rooted in knowledge, the knowledge of God's self. This knowledge of self also, it is like a visual representation of from the beginning to everything, not necessarily the end, because 9 would be the last step, the making it manifest. But the cipher is the 1 2 9, so it's all of it. But that is just showing us that, again, knowledge is the foundation, but it is also the building block that makes up all of the other degrees, to an extent, of course. And we must have knowledge in everything that we do. Everything we do must permeate this same knowledge. You should try to rid yourself of contradictions. Like how I'm attempting to rid myself of tobacco, because I know it's not good for me. Also been having a hard time eating meat lately, because again, I know it's not good for me. But again, I say, to me, favorite quote of my own, it's okay to be a work in progress. Just make sure you keep working and you keep progressing. The point is to keep building. And again, to have this knowledge or foundation rooted in everything within our cipher or sphere of influence. Not really going to go too deep today. But yes, today, also, the day itself is the 3rd, which is the day of understanding, which is taking that knowledge of God's self, then applying it in our everyday actions and thoughts, and exercising it with the wisdom to gain this clear picture of understanding. And again, understanding is probably my favorite degree, only because, like they say, everything happened in 3s. So like the first 3 is knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and they're like a triplet, like a triplet or a grouping of 3, like not a couplet but a triplet, where it is man, woman, and child, sun, moon, and star. But it's also from the knowledge, you exercise it you apply it, you exercise your wisdom, and you gain understanding. They literally all tie together. I mean, they all tie together, but those three have a special kind of tying together. And if you ask me, the next three of the 4, 5, 6 tie together the same way. 4 being culture, freedom, which of course, like I said, was taught as just culture, which is the way of life, and freedom was a jewel that was added, just like power and refinement. But the culture, this way of life, is where we get the power, and in that power, we must be equal. Again, 4, 5, 6. And then, like I said, 7, 8, 9, still 7 being God's self or God's seed. Seeing that you are, and I am, and he is, and she is, and they are, and the tree is, and the dog is, and all just extensions of the Supreme, which makes it supreme in its own right, divine in its own right. Like in Kabbalah, they believe that there's a divine spark, or maybe I'm not quoting the right practice. Maybe it's not Kabbalah. Maybe it's specific, and I can't think of what it is right now. But whatever it is, they believe that there's a divine spark in everything. And our jobs as conscious, sentient beings, spiritual gods, is to return these sparks of divinity back to the source by recognizing them, by acknowledging them, by paying homage to them, and doing right by them. Just like, the sparks in each other, Again, like I said earlier, try to rid yourself of contradictions. Jeez Louise. But like I was saying, 7, 8, 9, God's self, with that power, that knowledge, not that power, but the knowledge of God's self, you become conscious to the fact that you create and destroy, or build and destroy, and make manifest the things that are around you. And of course, 9 being born or manifest, again, those 3 would tie together, where it's like the first tier, the second tier, and the third tier. And each tier has the 3 in it. And again, the cipher would be all of it. So today being the 3rd, with today being the 3rd and the total summation being 10, meaning knowledge of cipher, or knowledge within or throughout the cipher, we must have this knowledge or foundation as the base and the root for our everything within our cipher. We must build upon it by exercising the wisdom with the intent to gain an understanding of exactly what has truly transpired. Again, I know it seems like I'm repeating myself a little, but again, these principles repeat themselves, so the math itself is bound to repeat. Numbers repeat themselves, and of course, with these days, you can only, it's only 12 months. It's only 31 at the most days. Somebody else asked me, I can't remember who it was, but it was like, why you don't do like the day of the year, like the 256th day of the year, or I'm sure we're way past that right now. We're like at 220s right now, and 320s. I'm sorry, which is a whole another thing. And maybe starting the first of the year, I'll just do it like that and do a whole year of just how that math plays out from the first day of the year to the last day of the year, which sounds like a good idea actually. But also And maybe for these last few days, today's the 3rd, so tomorrow will be the 4th, and that'll put me at 27 days, which is just enough. Okay, so starting tomorrow, I'm still gonna do the math, but I'm also gonna introduce the alphabet, and maybe I'll even do a couple of letters at a time. But just to give you, I'm not going to take you through the whole 120 because I myself have not gone through the whole 120 again. Like I said, a lot of this comes from a time where the objective for the organization, not saying it's not valid anymore, because it most certainly is still valid, but just the way that everything is set up, it's like, I don't know, in my opinion, it's racist, and I try to stay away from that kind of stuff. So I just try to give you my, I don't know, I'll pull whatever truth out of it I can and give it to you the way, as unbiased as possible, as unbiased as possible. But also, the reason that I feel like I still can, and you shouldn't be, the reason I feel like I still can learn from different schools of thought, to come up with my own classroom of thought, I guess it's not school, is because of the two different beliefs. One is syncretism, is that everything is really truly connected, and cyclical, that word, cyclical. It is all in cycles. So everything repeats itself, history repeats itself, the seasons repeat, the orbit repeat, everything repeats itself. But at the same time, considering that we're not going back to babies, obviously time is still moving forward, or at least there's an illusion of it moving forward, that comes with the maturation of consciousness. Because when you were a kid and you weren't necessarily building on your reality, and things kind of stayed the same, it seemed like time flew, and you don't really remember that. And maybe we won't remember 30s as 60, I don't know. But no, syncretism and omnism, which is the belief that all religions are like spin-offs or offshoots or interpretations of all the same truth, that through different languages and different cultures and different belief systems or different thought systems or schools of thought, we get the many different faces of truth, if that makes sense. And of course, some are more perverted than others, but the point is that there's really truth in everything. So I don't know, you got to be able to look for it. Even when when someone is telling a lie, you can tell that they telling a lie if you know them, if you know how to look for them not telling the truth in them, if that makes sense. If you know how to look for the truth, it will always be there, period. But peace, blessings, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, all of that good stuff. Talk to y'all tomorrow, and we will talk about, again, I will do a few letters, maybe just one, not sure, however it plays out. Peace and blessings.